Welcome back into the Hoedown Showdown. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and I'm sitting here with Emma Forgette. How's it going?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
It's going pretty good. It's a warm day here in Texas, but it is what it is. So, how's so you're based out of Florida, born and raised, or?
I'm not born and raised. I am originally from New Jersey,
Mhm.
but I moved from there to Maryland and then from Maryland to here, and I've been here for 12 years. So pretty much I've grown up here, though. So
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, Florida's really cool. My dad actually lives just north of West Palm Beach, so
nice.
yeah, yeah. So, how's the music scene treating you down in Florida? I see you got a whole slew of shows and whatnot. So,
The music scene's great. I've always loved the music scene. It's the venues are great, and every musician here just loves it. It's a great area
mhm.
for music.
Nice, nice, nice. Cool. So how'd you get into music? Was it something your parents got you into, or was it something you always kind of?
So I actually started doing music, I'd say in fifth grade. I didn't do singing or anything. I just was studying music. I was in music theory. I was kind of just doing all the, requirements to, graduate and continue doing that in high school. And then my junior year, I was kind of told to join choir. And so my senior year, when my parents found out I could sing, they, they kind of helped me start this journey of country music, and I haven't stopped since.
Nice. So when you started kind of finding your voice, who were you listening to, like musically speaking?
When I started finding classic 90s country rock and Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Ella Fitzgerald, and all the classics.
Nice. That's really cool.
Hmm.
So I know you just dropped a new single. Was that
Yes.
last couple within the last couple of weeks? How's the reception to that
In
been?
like two and a half weeks, I would probably say.
Gotcha. How's the
Yeah.
reception to that been?
It's been pretty good. Everyone's loved it. It's done pretty well on socials, I feel like. Um, it has been doing really really well.
Nice.
It's number 31 on the A Break Music Chart actually right now, which is really cool. So
Sweet, sweet. And it's called Barfly Barbie.
Barfly Barbie, yeah.
What's kind of the story behind it?
So now this is an outside cut, but this song was given to me by a songwriter who wrote with another friend of mine. She was going to this event. It was kind of like a last minute thing, so she went into her trusted Goodwill, got a dress, and went in there and kind of just being herself. And they were kind of just like, "You don't fit in here," and they didn't realize who she was with. And I guess the guy didn't do anything about it. And she said, "You know what? Not doing that kind of thing." So took it to a co-write the next day and came up with Barfly Barbie. So
Nice. Now, are you recording down in Florida, or will you go up to like Nashville or somewhere else?
I'm in between.
Okay.
So I do have one or two places I record up in at Nashville, and then I have like one or two places I record here, and it kind of just depends on who's available at the time and what kind of feel am I going for. Because one producer could do really good like 90 stuff, and then one person could do like really good like new stuff. So it just depends on what I'm going for, what time of the month it is,
Yeah,
and what when we're going and stuff.
for
So
sure. For sure. Is the goal to kind of get up to Nashville at some point, or do you see yourself kind of always staying in Florida?
that's kind of still up in the air. I
Mhm.
would love to be in Nashville. Um, I guess we'll just see where this journey takes me, and as long as I'm doing music and traveling and hopefully one day playing stadiums, I'll be a happy girl.
For sure. For
So
sure. Have you ever come out here to Texas at all and done any shows out here?
I've never been to Texas. I
Okay.
want to go so bad. That's on my bucket list of to dos.
Hmm.
I actually have a friend who kind of goes back and forth between Florida and Texas, and I've been wanting to visit there. So hopefully one day we'll get to come out there. I'm really excited if we get to. So
Sweet. Well,
yeah,
side note, I can help. I can get you some venue contacts to try and help you book out a tour or something. So,
that would be awesome.
Yeah. It's something that we started doing because we've had a lot of people from like Florida or Tennessee or Alabama or wherever, and they're like, yeah, we really want to come to Texas, but we don't know where to start. And it's like, well, I will write down every venue I know people play at, and I know either they pay or the turnout's really good or whatever. And so, yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of been something we've started doing over the last few years. So,
yeah, that's
so
awesome.
yeah. So, outside of music, what do you like to get into?
I love being on the water. We're Florida people, so obviously, um, kind of grew up fishing. I love to read books, and sometimes I'll doodle and sketch in my free time. And I have some horses too, so just go out there and I'll spend some time with them, or spend some time with my pigs I've got in the back. Um, Kind of just whatever
For sure.
calls for that day. Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. What part of Florida are you in specifically?
I'm in Ocala,
Okay,
so
got
Central Florida. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours from everything.
gotcha. Once you started saying you had horses and pigs, I was like, all right, you're inland Florida somewhere. So
Yeah, yeah, we're Central Florida. Yep.
yeah, so because I remember I used to drive from Tallahassee. I lived in Tallahassee for a little bit, and I'd drive down to my parents' place, and I'd always go through Ocala and like the central part of Florida, and it's like, man, this is the part of Florida nobody ever sees.
Yeah.
So
It's
it
definitely changed a lot over the past couple of years. It's not the same Ocala that we moved to, but it's still Ocala and
fair.
it's still home. So,
Yeah. I mean home is always home, whether it's changing or not. So
mm,
just just feels a little bit different sometimes.
for
So
sure.
awesome. Awesome. So what's kind of the plan moving forward? Obviously, you've got your new single out now. Are you working towards an album? Are you like what's kind of the plans moving forward?
So, the past couple of years, the goal has always been an album. We're working on possibly doing one. We're possibly working on doing an EP, um, which I think is going to be our first goal, is getting the EP done. More music is definitely coming, whether it's just singles or not, is kind of being tossed. But
Mhm.
goal is definitely to get to an album. I would love that. I already have some title ideas in mind,
Yeah.
for both EP and for my debut album. And
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Now, are you kind of the type of artist that's always constantly writing, or do you find yourself going through like phases with that?
Um, Sometimes I'll go. So I pretty much go through phases where I'll have like 1 week where I'm like writing every single day, and I'll produce like 4 to 6 songs a
Mhm.
week. I'm getting faster at doing it. Sometimes it just takes me a little bit longer to get through it.
Yeah.
I only started doing guitar about 2 years ago, so I'm kind of still getting some chords under my thumb. Um, but the more I'm writing and the more I'm playing guitar, the more songs I'm starting to get. I think lately I've been getting like maybe 10, 15 songs under my belt within 5 to 6 days.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes we just scrap some of them because I'm like, I don't really like that, but some of them turn out really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll just get like a bunch of ideas, and like the more I'm doing it, the more ideas keep flowing. Like I'll be driving, and I've learned not to type and do the notes thing. So I'll
Mhm.
pull out my voice memos thing and I'll quickly record it and then throw my phone again.
Yeah.
Because I've been on the radio, and I've said where I've typed on my notes app, so I've learned to maybe not call myself out on that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so it's
For
definitely
sure.
more songs. But sometimes I'll get writer's block where I'm like, I can't come up with anything. So when I go up to Nashville, sometimes we'll write, we'll do co-writes, and then I'll come back and the flow is just really good. So I
Mhm.
don't know.
Right. And I think you touched on something very interesting there because I think it's something that a lot of people or listeners or even songwriters don't really pay attention to, but sometimes you just have to throw those songs out. Like you have to write them and then throw them out just to get to that next song because I've seen a lot of songwriters beat themselves up over trying to make something work that just isn't going to work. And it's like, just write the song and get it out of your brain. So at least you know it's done and then get to the next
Yeah.
song. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you here too much longer. I really appreciate your time sitting down and chatting with me.
I
For pe
appreciate your time.
Yeah, for people to check out Barfly, the news, or all your new music, social media, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Best place to find me is on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, or whatever you use for your streaming purposes. And you can even find me on socials. I post a lot of funny content, and I definitely tease a bunch of new music that's not out on my socials. So if you're interested in hearing some of the stuff that's not out yet, stay tuned on socials. I kind of just teased one like a week ago.
Mhm.
But yeah, so socials and streaming platforms are where you can find me. Or
Awesome.
coming out to live shows too. So live shows are always a big way of coming out and supporting an artist and hearing their music, and just supporting live music is also a big way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, real quick before we jump into your song Barfly, um, your live shows, is it a mixture of like you doing like solo acoustic stuff, or is it full band, or kind of a
It
mix of both?
does depend on the show.
Hmm.
So I actually will be playing Ole Red in May. So that'll be a full band show. I have a festival coming up this month. It'll be a full band show. And most weekends, it's usually a solo acoustic.
Hmm.
So it just depends on the show you want to come and see. If you want to see a full band show, come on out. We're still kind of doing the same stuff I would be doing as a solo. You're just getting that full band feel, and we put on quite the show. So
For sure. Is that kind of why you picked up the guitar so you could start doing your more shows more frequently?
yeah.
Yeah.
My dad kind of wanted me to learn guitar because he was like, well, if you want to be a singer, you kind of need to learn how to play guitar. And I was like, okay, I really don't want to play guitar, but okay. And then I started playing guitar, and then I started liking guitar, and now I play it every single day. And I've learned a lot playing it, so it's definitely helped me, do more with my music.
For sure. For sure. It definitely helps, probably even with even looking at the creative process and whatnot, just kind
Mhm.
of having an understanding of everything.
Mhm.
So awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Emma, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. And we'll be right back after Barfly Barbie.